Perfectionism got me a really long way in life. So this is where I often start with people. And I can see some chat around, where perfectionism might come from. And I almost don't care. Like, I'm not a therapist. Like, my job is not to unpick that story for people because it will be different for everybody. What I care about is that at some point you develop this strategy, you develop this pattern, this embodiment, because it's kept you safe. And so I love starting with this place of how can we show that's some gratitude? Like, what are all of the things that perfectionism allows you to do? And whether it's a behavior or an identity, but yeah, how does that pattern serve you? And you know what? I've done pretty well in life up to this point. 2 degrees, couple of careers, like I was doing okay as with this kind of perfectionist tendency. What I started to realize though was the ways that it was holding me back, and that if it was the only thing that I could do, it was leading me to burnout again. I felt like I was missing something when I was always like on upwards and forwards. I didn't have a lot of fun. Like I'm a very serious perfectionist. So what I wanted to be able to do was not necessarily get rid of that. There are times where that's really useful, that ability to strive and to push myself and those kind of qualities. But I want more choice. I want to be able to do something else as well. So we build awareness of the pattern, have some gratitude for it, and then start to build range, start to build an ability to do something else as well. And that gives people choice.
I love the idea of choices also being, because what you're really making me think about is the unknown. And it's funny what you said. I think you're absolutely right to call out that everyone in the chat immediately, and they're all friends of ours, so we can say this, are going to sort of theorizing why where did this come from? And that's totally me. Like, I'll go down the psychotherapy route all day effing long to try and work it all out. And it's because none of us want there to be an unknown around why on earth we are this way, because that's so uncomfortable. And just being able to accept it. And as Chris says, it's just another pesky guest at my mental dinner party. Brilliant. It's like, well, fucking they're here. God knows who invited them, or like how
Well,
they got in the
I would go
door.
one step further, and that like it's not a pesky guest. Like, this is, if you look at the Rumi poem, the Guest House, like actually the real art of this is like, can you welcome that guest just as much as you welcome the kind of the shiny happy guest, or the fun playful one? It's like all of these parts, all of these patterns that we have get a seat at the table because they all make up who you are. And it drives me nuts when I see people talking about overcome your perfectionism, or, there are lots around the new year, people like, leave your perfectionism behind in 2021. Like, it was just something I was carrying around in my handbag unnecessarily, just like, oh my God, I can hear my voice like straining here. It gets me so angry, because it's not only is it not that easy, like if I could figure out how to leave it behind, I bloody would have done already, because I'm a perfectionist. And I would have,
Yeah. No, I think
you
you're
know.
absolutely right. You've just called something out that I've never named before, and I'm really, really grateful to you for it. I also find a lot of the coaching crap that goes out on social media really annoying. Um, because it reduces in this kind of really patronizing way some really complex
Mhm.
concerns to you. All you need to do is just this, or like, oh, did you realize that this? And it's like, I mean, do you think I'm an idiot? Like, do you think that
Yeah.
me reading this and you just saying that stuff is going to change my life? And this morning I was triggered by something that Lawrence posted around some stupid day today that's called Blue Monday or something. And I really hate all the names for all these, which
Mhm.
are, as Simon and I would say, just toxic marketing bullshit designed like Black Friday to get people to buy more stuff. But also, I find it really triggering because it kind of makes people, it brands stuff and makes people feel that they need to fit in. Like, I really hate New Year's resolutions. I find Christmas and holidays really triggering because I don't like being told I need to stop working for a certain amount of time just because.
Mm-hmm.
And for the same reason, I find the whole New Year's resolution thing really annoying because, like you, I just don't think it's possible. If it were possible to just flip between one state of being and another without there being any work or a journey to be enjoyed, we'd all
Yeah.
have done it. And also, like, thank God we can't all just do that. It must be traumatizing to just move from one state to another so quickly.
Yeah.
So
And I think, you know, coming back to like the perfectionism thing, particularly, it's well, any of these patterns, I think the underlying assumption is that it's wrong. Like if you're perfectionist, you're broken. And if you can only, you know, get rid of that broken limb and leave it behind, fix it some way, then you'll be a perfect person. Then you will be worthy to be a human being. And like that's the toxic story in this. And so yeah, increasingly where I'm trying to come from is it's not about the thing, it's about your relationship to the thing.